Hey guys, this is Steven from CMP Auto here in Calgary, and this right here is our 2022 Cadillac CT4-V Blackwing. So this is a very special car. The reason why? Number one, it's a performance biased rear-wheel drive Cadillac. Number two, it has a 6-speed manual transmission. And then number three, look at the color. This is finished in electric blue. It has the sky cool gray interior with black and red accents. It's just a really sharp combination, in my opinion. So what I'll do in this video, I'll do my usual thing. We'll do a walk around tour. I'll go over some key features, go over some key specs as well. And yeah, you guys let me know what you think. So let's get started. So up front, you of course have these very striking vertical LED daytime running lamps. You have LED projector headlamps, LED turn signals, and I think it looks the business. Now, also, as you expect on a Cadillac, you have front parking sensors along the front bumper, but let's talk about the splitter. So you have a carbon fiber splitter, carbon fiber canards, as well as side still extensions as well, because this has the carbon fiber 1 and carbon fiber 2 package. Which is some big money. Anywho, getting a little ahead of myself. Let's go back to what the CT4 is. So the CT4 is Cadillac's smallest sedan. It's based off the Alpha chassis, which underpins this, as well as the larger CT5 and the Camaro, believe it or not. This chassis has been around for a little over a decade. Of course, continuously refined. There's revisions here and there, and it is known to be the best chassis on the market for this type of vehicle. And what I mean by that, steering response, the way the suspension hugs the road, the balance of ride quality as well. It's just a fun, engaging experience to drive one of these cars. Now under the hood, you have a 3.6 liter twin turbo V6, puts out 472 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque. Now, you can get this in a 10-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters. However, in my opinion, this is the transmission to get. So, rear-wheel drive cars or rear-wheel drive performance cars like this are going away, let alone manual transmissions. So, even though the 10-speed, admittedly, is going to be faster, quicker off the line, it's going to have that instant response, it is a damn good transmission. In my opinion, this is what you buy. Cars like this are going to be in demand, and a car like this as well is not only about ultimate performance, it's also about driving fun, driving engagements. That's what this is going to bring you. There are faster cars, there are quicker cars, there are cars that will set faster lap times than this. GM has shown time and time again they can do that. But, and that's not to belittle this at all. This is a very good performing car. But I think, at least driving this, a lot of priority was put into how it feels. Anywho, you get 18-inch graphite alloy wheels. Behind those, you have these red painted calipers. Of course, you have Brembo brakes front and rear. And then behind there as well, you have adaptive dampers and magnetic ride control. So this thing, even though it is a hard edge performance sedan, it rides very well. It is magic. Now out back, you have an electronic rear limited slip differential, which really distributes power exactly where you want it. And I'll show you a little bit more of what it can do once we get inside. But out back, you have a carbon fiber rear deck lid spoiler, carbon fiber diffuser down below, along with quad exhaust tips, backup sensors, and a backup camera right there. Now, out back, you of course have ample seating. Okay, it's not the largest sedan in the world. Of course, if you want more room, you'd move on to a CT5-V Blackwing, but this will still do. You have quilted, perforated sky cool gray leather with the red accents and white accents as well. It's really sharp looking. You also have rear AC vents, USB-C down there, 12 volt DC plug, and then Alcantara rear seat backs, which looks the business. You have keyless proximity entry on all 4 doors. You also have side mirrors with integrated LED turn signals. These are heated, auto dimming, and you have blind spot. But let's hop inside. So you have a 14 speaker AKG premium audio system. You have memory seats, power tailgate, power seats on both sides, and one of the few Blackwing logos along with the back end that I showed you before can be found on the seats themselves. One there and one there. Pretty subtle. Hopping behind the wheel, you have a digital gauge cluster straight ahead. Above that, you have a heads-up display with a set of buttons right here to control what's displayed, how it's displayed, and the brightness of it. You can even turn it off if you wish. This digital display has a lot of customization to it, and a lot of vital information that you can see. Okay, electronic parking brake, and then to the right, you have the infotainment screen. So this is standard GM stuff. You have your wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, Wi-Fi hotspot, integrated navigation, Sirius XM radio, Spotify, all of that. But one neat trick is the performance data and video recorder, which is kind of like a dash cam. However, it is meant for track driving. So it will record, basically you driving. It's a front view, and it will overlay that with a lot of vital information, such as your RPM gauge, your steering angle, your G meter, your speed, how much gas you're putting, how much braking you're doing, what gear it's in. And the whole idea behind this is that you can go back, rewatch it after you do a track session, and you can critique it, you can upload to YouTube, whatever you prefer, which is pretty neat. And you have different modes, sport mode, timing, built-in timer. This is a feature that is borrowed from the Corvettes, and it's nice to see it in here. And then, of course, you have physical volume knob and a physical tuning knob with a hard home button. Down below, you have your dual zone climate control, heated seats, cooled seats, lane keep assist, wireless charger right there, and then your 6-speed manual. Now, 2 things that are important about the 6-speed manual. Number one, well, 3 things I should say. Number 1, it is very direct. Very easy clutch, not too heavy, very predictable. You can actually feel the engagement points, which is rare. I find a lot of manual transmissions these days are kind of phoned in because they aren't that popular, and I feel like there's not a lot of research and development that go into them. It's kind of like we offer a manual transmission just for the sake of offering a manual transmission, but you can tell GM put a lot of time into this. Number 2, it has auto-rev matching, which is defeatable, but essentially this will, if you're downshifting, so going, say, from 5th to 4th or 4th to 3rd, it will automatically blip the throttle. So it's a smooth downshift. You get that nice revving engine sound, and it's seamless. You're not going to get that bucking that you will from someone that is driving a manual transmission poorly. And then number 3, this is equipped with no lift shift. So essentially, with any other manual transmission car that is not equipped with no lift shift, when you're shifting, you clutch in, or you release the gas, you clutch in, and then you shift, and then clutch out, gas, but in a smooth manner. With this, you still clutch in, clutch out, right? Change your gear. However, you can keep your foot planted on the accelerator pedal, so on the throttle, hence no shift or no lift shift. And the whole idea behind that is to keep the vehicle, or keep the turbo spooled. You're not losing momentum, okay? That will be very useful if you're drag racing, right? But yeah. Now, to the right of that, you have stability control, which is defeatable, and then you have modes. So you have snow and ice mode, track mode, sport mode, touring, and then my mode. My mode allows you to adjust the heaviness of the steering from light, medium to heavy, suspension from soft, medium, and stiff, brake feel, so how aggressive that initial bite is, of the brake, or when you're braking rather. And then lastly, oh, where'd it go? Whoops. I had it. Oh, there we go. And then engine sound. You can adjust how this sounds. And let me give it a few quick revs. So you have factory pops, and it sounds nice and aggressive. Now, steering wheel, leather wrapped, heated, nice and thick. You have a 12 o'clock marker right there, which helps you place the vehicle exactly where you want when you're driving spiritedly, or when you are driving on a track, or say autocross. So very nice. You have carbon fiber trim here, and Alcantara as well, all above. My headliner is going to be Alcantara. My sunroof as well, that's an extra option. And then getting back to the steering wheel, you have two buttons here that are very important. You have V, which puts it in the most aggressive setting right away. And then you have a little switch right here, which adjusts your performance traction management. Again, this is a technology board from Corvettes and high performance Camaros and whatnot. But essentially this will adjust how much slippage is allowed while traction control is still active, and stability control as well. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. So again, this is a car with a 3.6 liter twin turbo V6, 472 horsepower, 445 pound-feet of torque. It's got adaptive dampers. It's got magnetic ride control. It's got Brembo brakes. It's got smaller 18-inch wheels, which is a very nice thing. They're kind of bucking the trend of going larger wheels. Smaller wheels are fine, and I can tell you that, you know, from my Miata days, going on to, or limiting rather, the size, 18-inch wheels are the perfect balance of aesthetics and functionality, in my opinion. But anyway, and in a rear electronic parking brake, or electronic limit slip differential, I should say. You still get all the features you would expect in a Cadillac: premium audio, all the safety features, traffic sign recognition, blind spot, lane keep assist, forward collision warning, and emergency braking, as you can adjust the sensitivity right there. But lying behind the hood is a beast. Anyway, thanks for watching. You take care.